You're still getting individual reps with your receivers like Latimer and Owen Daniels, guys that the first time throwing to Owen and really the first time getting a lot of reps, with Cody, and try to take advantage of the meeting time. I'm able to get some separate meeting time, on the side within the 6-hour rule limits, of course, and you got to take advantage of it, and there's try to also take advantage of the rest time, or the weightlifting time, where you come back and you feel good and you feel fresh, and so I think there can be some positives to it. So that's what I'm trying to find out of them.
Peyton Manning's health has been a topic of conversation both this offseason and through OTAs, and here's why. Perhaps the arm, the neck was a bit of an issue late in the season. Manning's last 3 games, including the playoffs, he was a combined 3 for 18 with 2 interceptions on throws at least 15 yards downfield and outside the numbers. Really one of the tougher passes for any quarterback. ESPN Broncos reporter Jeff Legwold is with the team at minicamp. He joins us from Dove Valley on SportsCenter. Jeff, it's also a new head coach for Peyton Manning. That's part of the change from last year to this. How's the dynamic so far between the Hall of Fame, or rather future Hall of Fame quarterback, and Gary Kubiak?
Randy, it's been one of the big narratives of the offseason. How would Peyton Manning fit in Gary Kubiak's version of the West Coast offense? Not something Manning has played a version of in his long career. And it's one that Manning has tried to deflect most of the offseason. At every opportunity, he has basically said, I can run and am comfortable in any offense they give me. And then today he said that he's, quote, all in and, quote, committed to what Gary Kubiak has to offer. So I think Peyton is trying very hard to sort of push away this talk that he will not fit what Gary Kubiak wants to do. And for his part, Gary Kubiak, a former NFL quarterback, also one who's worked with Steve Young on the 49ers staff and called plays for John Elway on the Broncos staff. Gary Kubiak is smart enough to know and has said, I would be stupid to not have an offense that Peyton Manning liked and was comfortable playing. So I think that's where they're at right now. They both say they can do what's necessary for this team to have an offense to both move the ball and score points.
Gary Kubiak was also responsible for 2 of the more productive seasons in Matt Schaub's career, so imagine what he could do with Peyton Manning. But listen, a quarterback has to have a top-flight wide receiver to throw the football to. For the last few years, it's been Demaryius Thomas. He wants a new contract. What's the latest there?
Well, I think all indications are that they're closing in on a deal with Demaryius Thomas. All sides involved have wanted a deal since the start. They've progressed slowly. It's all about the guaranteed money at this point. I think the Broncos fully expect to get something done before training camp opens, even before the July 15th deadline to get a deal for franchise players. And Demaryius Thomas has been given practice video from the team. He has the playbook and is in regular contact with Manning. So if there was any kind of friction or animosity, you wouldn't see those things happening. So I think all involved take it all as a very good indication that a new deal is coming. Gary Kubiak said yesterday he is, quote, very confident a new deal will be struck before training camp begins.